All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Friday, May 11th. Getting ready to take down a bunch of 2007 Brunellos this evening at the store. And man, we've got a lot of great events next week. Two focused Burgundy events, the 2009 Burgundy tasting here in the store with Small Domains, and then of course Taste of the Nation on Thursday. And then we've got our 2010 Jadot barrel tasting, which has become an annual event here for us. I'll never forget the last time Jacques Lardier stopped by the store to show me the 2003 vintage wines. One of the most passionate men in the wine business. He used to put on, along with Pierre-Henri Gagné, whichever one was in town, a barrel tasting with Jadot's wines every year. And 2003 vintage was, well, that was the year they stopped doing it. And he went on foot to sell the wines of that vintage, which is a very unique vintage, very hot, marked by the heat. And it was great to have Jacques here to tell me about, he was on vacation in August and how they called him back to the wine. So we must pick, we must pick. He says, no, it's August. We cannot pick. It's too early. And, of course, the years of experience that he had, these people that were scrambling because they thought the sugar levels are going up crazy. And, we got to pick the grapes now. He, with his infinite wisdom, not the first time that this has happened in Burgundy. Well, one of the few times it has happened. He said, we will wait. The wines will come back. And they did. And Jadot made some of the best 2003s. For Negociant Éleveur, which in Bordeaux means, Negociant means you buy juice or fruit from other growers. And then Éleveur means that you also have some of your own juice, which Louis Jadot is a firm that has been around for a couple of hundred years now. It started in like 1825. And the very first vineyard that Mr. Jadot bought was the Bon Clos de Ursule, still a wine that they make. And then the family started acquiring property after that. And they do have some significant vineyard holdings throughout Burgundy. But they also buy quite a bit of juice. This is a big house, The Jadots were very prominent in terms of their sales ability, and they make a lot of different wines, probably 300 different wines. If you look on this offering, which Wine Watch has got the most exclusive, extensive offering of Louis Jadot Burgundies from 2010 that you'll find anywhere. There's 10 pages of 2010 Burgundies. They probably make upwards of 300 different wines at Louis Jadot, all at a very high level. Like I said, Mr. Jacques Lardier, one of the top minds in the wine business, and Pierre-Henri Gagné, the president of the winery, also one of the most knowledgeable people in the business. His family has been in the business for generations as well in Burgundy. So, Kobrand bought this winery in 1985, an American-owned company, the company that had been importing Louis Jadot into the U.S. since 1945. And everyone in Burgundy was scared. They said, what is going to happen? Louis Jadot will never be the same. Well, Kobrand is smart. They've been importing this wine to the U.S. for 50 years or 40 years, however long. They said, we're not going to change anything. Mr. Gagné is still going to run the place. Jacques Lardier is still going to make the wine. The only thing we're going to do is give them the cash they need to make Louis Jadot better, and that is what they have done. In addition to the grapes they buy and the juice they buy and the wines that they own, they also have small domains that have allowed Louis Jadot to come in and take over how they run their vineyards, how they farm their vineyards, and then make the wine for them and bottle it and sell it. So a really unique producer in Burgundy. I don't know of anyone else that has all three of these components, Negociant, domain, and then, they also make wine for other domains. So a very unique position Louis Jadot is in, and we try to do a tasting with these wines every year. Whenever you see the little bottles of Jadot come out, these are barrel samples. They were sent right from the winery. They're unfinished wines. Your first opportunity to taste 2010, which looks to be another outstanding vintage in Burgundy. Okay, 2009, the greatest vintage ever. 2010, could it even be better? That's why we taste the wine, folks. Come out and check it out next week. Check out everything on this offering we're going to be tasting. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.